My son, my daughter, I am the Lord your God, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who formed the mountains with my hands and filled the oceans with my breath. At this very moment, it is no coincidence that your eyes are fixed on this message. It is no coincidence that your heart brought you here. It was I who guided you. It was I who placed in your spirit the desire to seek help, to cry out for a solution, to find a way out of the financial despair that consumes you, because I heard your cry. I heard every silent plea you made in the early hours of the morning, when everyone was asleep and you lay awake, suffocated by worries. I heard your tears as you stared at the bills stacked on the table, unsure how to pay them. I heard your anguish when the phone rang and it was another demand, another threat, another humiliation. I was there. I always was. And today, I chose to answer you directly. I know your financial problems better than you do. I know the debts that choke you like heavy chains around your neck. I know the mortgage that robs you of sleep and turns your nights into endless nightmares of anguish. I know the water, electricity, rent, and food bills that pile up and you can't pay. I know the credit card that's maxed out, the checks that bounced, the loans you took out that now haunt you with interest that seems impossible to pay. I know the shame you feel when you have to borrow money from family, friends, and neighbors. I know the deep pain you carry when you can't give your children what they need, when you can't put enough food on the table, when you can't afford necessary medicine. I see everything. Nothing is hidden from me. I also know the emotional weight you carry. I know the anxiety that paralyzes you in the morning, the fear that haunts you during the day, the despair that haunts you at night. I know you've tried everything. You've worked more hours than your body can handle. You've taken on extra jobs. You've sold valuable things. You've cut expenses to the bone. You've made sacrifices that no one saw, that no one acknowledged, that no one appreciated. And yet, it never seems enough. It seems like the harder you try, the more your debts grow. It seems like you're stuck in an endless cycle, on a wheel that goes round and round but never gets you anywhere. I know all of this, and my heart goes out to you deeply. But today, I want you to know something that will completely change your perspective. I haven't brought you to this message to condemn you. I haven't come to judge you for past decisions or mistakes. I haven't come to point fingers or make you feel worse than you already do. I have come to set you free. I have come to give you a word of hope that will cut through the darkness of your financial situation like a sharp sword of divine light. I have come to teach you a powerful prayer, a plea that, when made with true faith, genuine humility, and a sincere heart, will stir my Father's heart and activate my supernatural provision in your life. For I am the God who provides. I am the God who opens doors where there are no doors. I am the God who makes paths in the desert and rivers in the dry land. And today, I have decided to manifest my power in your financial situation. If you feel like I'm speaking directly to you right now, write in the comments right now, Amen, Lord, I believe. This isn't just any message you found online. It's a prophetic word, a divine intervention, a moment marked by me since before the foundation of the world to change the course of your financial history. And it all begins now, in this instant, with your decision to believe, to trust, to open your heart, to receive what I have prepared for you. I know you tried everything to get out of this situation. You worked longer hours than your body could handle. You took on extra jobs, odd jobs, any opportunity to earn a little extra money. You gave up your rest, your free time, time with your family. You sacrificed your health, your sleep, your peace. You cut back on every expense possible. You stopped buying new clothes, eating out, indulging in any small pleasure. You sold things of sentimental value, objects you held dear just to pay an urgent bill. You saved in ways that seemed impossible, and still the money was never enough. Still, the debts kept growing like a snowball rolling downhill, ever larger, ever more threatening, ever more unstoppable. I know the frustration you feel when you look at your life and see that, despite all your effort, dedication, and honest work, you are still drowning in debt. I know the injustice you feel when you see others prosper who work less than you, while you, who work so hard, continue to struggle just to survive. I know the bitterness that sometimes fills your heart when you wonder why God allowed you to get to this point, why things have become so difficult, why there seems to be no way out. I understand this pain. I understand this anguish. And I want you to know that I am not distant. I am not indifferent. I am not oblivious to your suffering. I know every creditor who calls you. I know their names, their amounts, their threats. I know the shame you feel when your phone rings and you already know it's another collection. I know the fear that paralyzes you when you think they might take your house, your car, the few possessions you still have. I know the embarrassment you feel having to explain to your children why you can't buy what they want, why you can't give them what other children have. I know the sleepless nights you spent calculating and recalculating bills, trying to find a mathematical solution to a seemingly insoluble problem. I know the tears you shed in secret so that no one would see your weakness, so that no one would know how desperate you are. I also know the loneliness you feel in this battle, because the people around you don't understand. They give simplistic advice as if it were easy. They judge, criticize, point out mistakes, but they don't come close to truly helping you. They walk away when they realize you're in trouble, afraid that you'll ask them for money. And you feel alone, abandoned, misunderstood. You feel like no one truly cares about your pain, that no one sees the weight you carry, that no one acknowledges your daily struggle just to keep you afloat. But I see, I've always seen, every tear you shed was collected by me. Every desperate prayer you uttered reached my ears. Every sigh of anguish touched my Father's heart. And today, I want you to know that you are not alone on this journey. I am with you. I always have been. Even when you felt distant, I was there, supporting you, keeping you from falling completely, preparing the way for your liberation. Because I have a plan for your financial life. I have a solution that your human mind cannot yet see. I have doors ready to open, opportunities waiting to manifest, provisions stored to be released at the opportune moment. And that moment is now. Share this message with someone who is also suffering financially, because when you share hope, your own hope multiplies. I didn't come to you just to comfort you with empty words. I came with power. I came with authority. I came with the ability to completely change your financial reality. Because I am the God of the impossible. I am the God who parts the Red Sea when there is no way out. I am the God who rains manna in the desert when there is no food. I am the God who multiplies loaves and fishes when there is scarcity. And today, I have decided to multiply your finances, open your doors, and free you from the chains of debt. But to do this, I need your faith, your trust, and your obedience to what I will teach you now. But I want you to know something that will completely change your perspective on everything you've experienced up to this point. I have never abandoned you, not for a second, not for an instant, not even in the darkest moments of your financial life. When you thought you were completely alone, I was there, by your side, closer than your own breath. When you felt like no one cared, I cared deeply. When you thought you had been forgotten, I held you in the palm of my hand. because I am the God who does not abandon his children. I am the Father who remains faithful even when everything around us falls apart. I am the one who promised never to leave you or forsake you, and my promises do not fail. I was there that morning when you woke up panicking, your heart racing, wondering how you would pay the next day's bill. I was the one who calmed your spirit when anxiety threatened to consume you completely. I was there when you opened the bill envelope and your hands shook at the amount you owed. I was the one who gave you the strength not to give up in that moment. I was there when you received that threatening call from the creditor and felt shame, humiliation, and despair. I was the one who kept you from falling into a deep depression. I was there when you looked at your children and felt your heart break for not being able to give them what they deserved. I was the one who reminded you that you are a good father, a good mother, even without abundant financial resources. I was there when you had to choose between buying food or paying an essential bill. I was the one who gave you that unexpected help that arrived at the last minute. I was there when you thought about giving up, when the will to keep fighting almost completely vanished. I was the one who placed a spark of hope in your heart, a small whisper that said, "Hold on one more day, hold on a little longer." I was there for every moment of despair, every tear shed, every whispered prayer, every silent cry for help. And I wasn't present just as a passive witness. I was actively working behind the scenes, moving pieces, preparing paths, organizing circumstances, aligning opportunities. For while you struggled in the visible world, I fought for you in the invisible. While you faced creditors and bills, I faced the spiritual forces that tried to keep you trapped in poverty. While you struggled with your own hands, I moved my mighty hands to prepare for your liberation. Every day that passed was not a day lost. Every difficulty you faced was not in vain. Every tear you shed was like a seed that is now ready to germinate and produce an abundant harvest of provision. For I transformed the valley of tears into a spring of blessings. I turned the desert into a flourishing garden. I changed the history of scarcity into a testimony of abundance. And today is not just any day. Today is the day I have chosen from eternity to answer your cry. Today is the day the heavens open over your financial life. Today is the day divine provision begins to flow to you like a mighty river that nothing can stop. Today is the day the chains of debt begin to break. The doors of opportunity begin to open. The curse of poverty is replaced by the blessing of prosperity. But for this to fully happen, I need you to do something. I need you to listen carefully. I need you to follow exactly what I teach you. I need you to have faith that I am capable of doing infinitely more than you ask or imagine. If you believe I'm with you and want to continue hearing my voice every day, like this video now and subscribe to this channel, because these are just the first of many words I have for you. This is just the beginning of a path of financial restoration that will completely transform your life. I haven't come just to give you temporary relief. I've come to change your financial destiny forever. I've come to teach you how to live in constant provision, in sustainable abundance, in prosperity that glorifies my name. And in the coming days, weeks, and months, I will continue to speak to you, teach you, guide you, and reveal the secrets of prosperity hidden in my word. So don't miss a message. Stay connected. Stay tuned for my voice. The time for your financial liberation has arrived. It's not tomorrow, nor later, nor an indefinite future. It's now. It's today. It's this very moment when your eyes rest on these words and your heart opens to receive what I have for you. Because there is a time for everything under heaven, a time to weep and a time to laugh. a time to suffer and a time to heal, a time to be trapped in scarcity and a time to free yourself into abundance. And your moment of liberation has arrived. Not because you deserved it on your own merits, but because I, in my sovereignty, in my infinite mercy, have decided that this is the right time to change your financial story. This isn't just any ordinary moment. It's not just another video you found while surfing the internet. It's not just another religious message among so many you've heard. This is a prophetic moment, a turning point, a spiritual crossroads where your financial life can take a completely different course. This is the moment when heaven touches earth, when the supernatural invades the natural, when my divine power intervenes in your human reality, because I don't operate only in chronological time, in the time marked by clocks, in the time measured by calendars. I operate at the opportune moment, at the exact moment, at the perfect instant, when all conditions are aligned for my will to be fully manifested. During all this time you struggled, suffered, and cried out for a solution. I didn't sit idly by. I worked quietly behind the scenes in your life. I move people you don't even know, people who will offer you opportunities. I prepared doors that are about to open, doors of employment, business, and unexpected provision. I arranged circumstances that seemed fortuitous, but are actually part of a meticulously crafted divine plan for your financial restoration. I broke spiritual resistances that hindered your prosperity. I undid invisible knots that bound your finances. I removed obstacles that blocked the flow of abundance to you. And now everything is ready. The table is set. The path is prepared. The doors are ready to open. The opportunities are aligned. The provision is available. Only one thing is missing: your active participation in this process. For I do not do for you what must be done with you. I do not impose my blessings on those who do not desire them or are not willing to receive them in faith. I work in partnership with my children. I move when there is faith that moves me. I respond when there is a sincere cry. I bless when there is an open and obedient heart. So today, I'm going to teach you something powerful. I'm going to reveal to you a prayer that, when done correctly, with the right ingredients of faith, humility, and perseverance, has the power to move my heart and activate my supernatural provision in your life. It's not a magic formula. It's not a spell. It's not superstition. It's a form of deep communication between your spirit and mine, a bridge that allows my grace to flow freely to you. It's an act of faith that demonstrates your trust in me, your dependence on me, your surrender to my will and my power. But before I teach you this prayer, I need you to do something very important. I need this moment to be personal, intimate, and unique. I need it to be more than just another person watching another video. I need it to be a real encounter between you and me, between the Creator and His creation, between the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son. Because when the connection is personal, when there is true intimacy, when there is a genuine relationship, my power manifests in a much more intense and transformative way. So prepare your heart, quiet your mind, silence the voices of doubt, fear, and disbelief that try to distract you. Focus fully on what I'm going to ask of you now, because what comes next isn't just information. It's transformation. It's not just knowledge. It's power. It's not just words. It's life. And your financial life is about to change forever. Now, I want you to do something very important, something that will transform this moment of just observing into a moment of actively participating in your own financial liberation. I want you to say your name out loud. Yes, your full name. Don't just think it. Don't whisper it mentally, but say it with your own voice right now. Say your name now, as if you were introducing yourself personally, as if we were face to face, as if I were standing right in front of you, waiting to hear who you are. Because this is not a generic moment for ordinary people. This is a moment specific to you, with your name, with your story, with your unique situation. So, say your name now. All right, I heard you. I heard your voice speaking your name, and I want you to know something powerful. I already knew you by name before you were formed in your mother's womb. I know you more deeply than you know yourself. I know every hair on your head, every beat of your heart, every thought that passes through your mind. But when you say your name out loud before me, something happens in the spiritual world. You take a stand, you show up. You declare, "Here I am, Lord, with my name, with my identity, with my need, and this pleases me deeply, because I don't want a distant, impersonal relationship. I want intimacy. I want closeness. I want you to know that when I speak of provision, of deliverance, of financial miracles, I'm not talking about anonymous multitudes. I'm talking about you, specifically you, with your name that you just spoke. When I call your name, mountains of debt tremble. When I speak your name, doors of opportunity open. When I declare blessings over your name, heaven moves to fulfill my word, because your name is not just a set of letters or sounds. Your name represents your complete identity, your story, your destiny, everything you are and everything you are destined to be. And today, I take your name in my hands and cover it with my divine provision. I take your name and release it from every financial curse. I take your name and inscribe it in the book of those who will experience my supernatural power. But I don't just want you to say your name. I want you to also declare something powerful. I want you to understand that this moment isn't just about passively receiving, but about actively declaring your faith. Because faith without action is dead. Faith that isn't expressed is powerless. Faith that remains only in the heart, without outward manifestation, can't move mountains. Therefore, I need you to publicly declare your faith in my provision. I need you to signal to the spiritual world and the natural world that you believe I am capable of solving your financial situation. Now write the number 7,777 inches, the comments, declaring that you believe in the fullness of my provision for your life. This number is not random. 7 is the number of divine perfection, of wholeness, of completeness. By writing 7,777, you declare your belief in the perfection of my provision, the fullness of my blessing, the totality of my ability to meet all your needs. You are prophesying over your own life. You are announcing that complete, perfect, and abundant divine provision is on the way. And when you declare this publicly, when you write it down for others to see, your faith is strengthened, your commitment is cemented, and my power finds an open channel to flow to you. Because I honor those who honor me publicly, I bless those who are not ashamed to declare their faith before others. I prosper those who dare to prophesy blessings over their own lives, even when circumstances still predict scarcity. So write 7,777 now, not as an empty ritual, but as a prophetic act of faith, as a declaration of war against poverty, as an announcement that your financial situation is changing from now on. And now that you've spoken your name and declared your faith, I need you to do something else, something even deeper, even more liberating, even more powerful. I need you to open your heart completely and tell me with complete honesty, without reservation, exactly what your greatest financial challenge is right now. Now, I want you to tell me with complete sincerity exactly what your greatest financial difficulty is right now. I don't want generalities. I don't want vague answers. I want you to be specific, honest, and completely transparent with me. Which debt weighs the heaviest on your heart? Which bill keeps you up at night? Which financial situation embarrasses you the most, humiliates you the most, makes you feel like a failure? Is it credit card debt so high it seems impossible to pay? Is it an overdue mortgage and the bank is already threatening to repossess your house? Are your basic water, electricity, and rent bills piling up and you don't know how to pay them? Is it a loan you took out and now the interest is eating away at you? Is it the lack of money to buy enough food for your family? Is it persistent unemployment and savings that have already been completely depleted? Tell me now, out loud, what your specific financial problem is. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. I am your heavenly Father, not your judge. I didn't come to condemn you. I came to set you free. I didn't come to further shame you. I came to restore you completely. So speak to me, as a child speaks to its parent. Open your heart. Set yourself free. Tell me everything. Tell me the amount of your debt, if you will. Name the creditor who torments you the most. Tell me the fear that paralyzes you the most when you think about your financial situation. Because when you verbalize your problem, when you bring it out of the hiding place of your troubled mind and place it before me in audible words, something powerful happens. The problem loses some of its power over you. The shame begins to dissipate, the fear begins to diminish, and the solution begins to form. Speak now. I'm listening. There's no rush. Take your time. Say everything that weighs on your heart, because this is a sacred moment between you and me. A moment of total vulnerability, of total honesty, of total trust. And I promise you, there's nothing you can say to me that will make me love you less. There's no debt so great that it's beyond my ability to resolve. There's no financial situation so complicated that my power can't solve. There's no hole so deep that my hand can't reach in and pull you out. I heard you. I heard every word you said. I heard even what you couldn't verbalize. Those pains so deep that words can't adequately express. I heard the tremble in your voice. I heard the anguish in your tone. I heard the despair mixed with a thread of hope that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be different. That maybe this time there really is a solution. And I want you to know that your hope will not be dashed. Your faith will not be in vain. Your cry will not fall on deaf ears. For I am the God who hears, who sees, who cares, and who acts. Every detail of the problem you just told me is already being processed by my infinite wisdom. I'm already formulating the perfect solution specific to your particular situation. I'm already moving the necessary pieces on the chessboard of your life. I'm already preparing the right people to cross your path. I'm already opening the doors that need to be opened and closing those that must remain closed. I'm already working on multiple fronts simultaneously to bring you the answer you need. Share this message now with someone who also needs this word, because when you share hope, your own hope multiplies. And now that you have told me your specific problem, that you have fully opened your heart, that you have made yourself vulnerable before me, I can give you the answer I brought for you. I can reveal to you the promises I have stored specifically for your situation. I can show you that no matter how impossible your financial circumstances may seem to human eyes, nothing is impossible to me. Absolutely nothing. For I am the God who specializes in the impossible. I am the God who turns deserts into gardens, who makes water gush from rocks, who multiplies the little until it becomes abundant. And what I have done for others throughout history, I will do for you as well. For I am no respecter of persons. What I promise to one, I promise to all who come to me with genuine faith and a sincere heart. And now, after hearing your cry, after knowing your name, after knowing exactly what your specific financial affliction is, I declare something over your life that will completely change your perspective. I declare with all the authority of heaven and earth, with all the power of my name, with all the force of my infallible word, I am your provider, I am your source, I am your solution. Not the bank, not your job, not your paycheck, not your investments, not your family, not your friends, not the government, not luck, not circumstances. I am, always have been, always will be, the God who provides, the God who supplies, the God who never stops caring for those who trust in him. When I say I am your provider, I mean I have the ability, the will, and the commitment to provide you with everything you need. Not just a few things, not just the bare minimum, not just the bare minimum to survive, but everything. Every legitimate need you have, every bill that needs paying, every debt that needs settling, every dream that needs funding. Because my provision is not scarce, it is not limited, it does not depend on your country's economy, it does not depend on the market situation, it does not depend on global or local crises. My provision flows from an inexhaustible source, from infinite resources, from riches that never run out. I own the gold and silver. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I own everything in the universe. And if I own everything, I can provide you with everything you need. When I say I am your source, I am saying that I am not simply a channel between you and provision. I am the very source of provision. I am the spring from which all abundance flows. I am the source from which all prosperity springs, and a spring never runs dry. A true spring continues to gush forth fresh water even in times of drought everywhere. Even when everything seems arid, when the economy is in crisis, when unemployment is high, when opportunities seem scarce, I am still a source. I am still resourceful. I am still able to provide in ways your human mind cannot even imagine. I can bring provision along paths you have never traveled. I can open doors in places you didn't even know existed. I can bring opportunities out of nothing, just as I brought the entire universe out of nothing with the word of my power. And when I say I am your solution, I mean that no matter how complicated your financial problem is, no matter how many variables are involved, no matter how many creditors demand payment, no matter how large the amount you owe, I have the answer. I have the way. I have the strategy. I have the plan. Because I am the God of infinite wisdom. There is no problem that confuses me. There is no situation that leaves me without an answer. There is no financial knot I cannot untie. There is no economic maze I cannot get you out of. I am an expert at the impossible. I am a master at transforming desperate situations into glorious testimonies of supernatural provision. If you believe I'm your provider, your source, and your solution, like this video now and subscribe to this channel as an act of faith. Because when you declare your faith publicly, when you take actions that demonstrate your belief in what I tell you, something powerful is activated in the spiritual world. Your faith ceases to be just an internal feeling and becomes an active force that moves mountains. And I honor the faith that manifests itself in action. I reward those who not only hear my words, but put them into practice. I bless those who dare to believe even when circumstances haven't changed, even when the bank account is still empty, even when creditors keep calling. Because this is the faith that pleases me, the faith that believes before seeing, the faith that declares victory before the battle is over, the faith that gives thanks for the harvest while the seed is still being planted. And I want you to understand something fundamental. When I say I am your provider, your source, and your solution, I'm not making a vague promise for a distant future. I'm making a present, current, and immediate statement. I am now. I won't be someday. I am today. In this moment, as you hear these words, I am already your provider working for you. I am already your source, releasing resources to you. I am already your solution, organizing the pieces of the puzzle of your financial life. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you now, because these are not empty words, nor generic promises, nor vague hopes. These are specific declarations of what I will do in your financial life from now on. I will open doors that no one can close, doors of opportunity that were closed, doors of employment that seemed impossible, doors of business that you couldn't see, doors of provision that were hidden. And when I open a door, no one can close it, no matter who opposes it, no matter how many obstacles they try to place in the way, no matter how impossible it may seem to human eyes. When I decree that a door be opened for you, it opens, and it remains open until you walk through it and receive what I have placed on the other side. I will bring opportunities that your mind cannot imagine at this moment. Job, opportunities that will arise from unexpected places, additional income opportunities that will appear when you least expect them. Business opportunities that will present themselves through people who cross your path at just the right time. Because I am not limited to conventional methods. I don't need to follow the obvious paths. I can bring provision through routes you've never taken, through sources you've never considered, through means that will completely surprise you. I can cause someone to remember you and offer you an opportunity. I can put your name in the minds of those with the power to hire you. I can cause your proposal to be accepted when everything seemed to suggest it would be rejected. I will multiply the little you have. If you only have a few coins, I can multiply them. If you only have a small skill, I can transform it into an abundant source of income. If you only have one contact, I can make that contact open 10 others. Because I am the God of multiplication. I am the God who took 5 loaves and 2 fish and fed 5,000 people. I am the God who made the widow's oil multiply until it filled every available container. I am the God who transformed Moses' staff into an instrument of miracles. And what I did in the past, I can do in the present. What I did for others, I can do for you. Do not despise the little you have. Bring this little into my hands. Consecrate it to me. Use it wisely, and I will multiply it beyond your ability to understand. I will transform your lack into abundance. What is empty today will be filled. What is insufficient today will be more than sufficient. What causes you shame today will become a source of glorious testimony. Because I specialize in turning things around, I delight in transforming stories. I delight in taking the broken and making it new, the dead and giving it life, what was lacking and making it overflow. Your story of lack will be rewritten as a story of abundance. Your testimony of adversity will become a testimony of supernatural provision. And others will look at your life and say, truly God worked there. Truly there was divine intervention. Truly a miracle occurred. I will make your creditors have mercy on you. I will move the hearts of those who demand payment. I will soften the harshness of those who pressure you. I will create circumstances that favor you in negotiations. For even the hearts of kings are in my hands, and I turn them into what I want. If I can change the hearts of rulers, I can certainly change the hearts of bank managers, debt collectors, and creditors. I can create payment terms that didn't exist before. I can renegotiate debts on favorable terms. I can even forgive debts when it is within my plan for your life. I will place people in your path to help you, people with resources and the willingness to invest in you, people with connections and the desire to recommend you, people with knowledge and the desire to teach you, people with opportunities and the determination to include you. These will not be chance encounters. They will be divine encounters, orchestrated by me, perfectly timed and strategically positioned to transform your financial life. And when these people appear, you will recognize that it was my hand that brought them to you. And I want you to understand something absolutely fundamental right now. These promises I just made are not for other people. They are not for those who have more faith than you. They are not for those who are holier, more dedicated, more deserving. These promises are for you. Yes, for you who are listening right now. For you with your name that you said out loud a few moments ago. For you with your specific financial situation that you told me about. For you with your debts, your mortgage, your overdue bills, your fears, your anxieties. I am not speaking generically to an anonymous crowd. I am speaking specifically to you, personally to you, directly to you. And every promise I made is yours. Every door I said I would open is for you. Every opportunity I said I would bring is for you. Every multiplication I said I would bring is for you. I know there may be a voice of doubt whispering in your mind right now, a voice that says, this is too good to be true. A voice that says, maybe it will work for others, but not for me. A voice that says, I've heard promises before, and nothing has changed. A voice that says, my situation is different, more complicated, impossible to solve. But I say to you now, silence that voice, rebuke that unbelief, cast away that doubt. For those voices do not come from me. They come from the enemy who wants to keep you trapped in lack, who wants to prevent you from receiving what I have prepared for you, who wants to steal your faith even before it produces the miracle you need. These are not empty words. They are not motivational speeches without substance. They are not religious promises that sound good but are not fulfilled. These are declarations from the living God, the true God, the God who has all power in heaven and on earth. I am the same God who parted the Red Sea so my people could pass through on dry land. I am the same God who rained manna from heaven for 40 years in the committed wilderness. I am the same God who made the sun stand still in the sky when Joshua needed more time. I am the same God who multiplied the widow's oil until there were no more vessels to fill. I am the same God who fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish. And if I did all this, if I performed all these miracles, if I manifested all this power, do you think your financial situation is beyond my ability? I own the gold and silver, not just a fraction of the gold, but all the gold on the planet. Not just a few silver reserves, but all the silver in all the mines in the world. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I own all the riches in existence. I own the visible resources and the resources still hidden deep within the earth. I own everything, and if I own everything, I have the ability to provide everything you need. Your debt may seem enormous to you, but to me it is insignificant. Your need may seem impossible to meet, but to me it is simple, because my resources are infinite. My capacity is unlimited. My power has no limits. Enjoy this video now as a prophetic act, declaring that you receive these promises and that they will be fulfilled in your life. Because when you want, you don't just press a button. You make a declaration of faith. You tell the spiritual world and the natural world, I believe, I receive. I agree with what God has declared over my life. And this agreement, this faith expressed in actions, is the key that opens the floodgates of divine provision. It's the sign I've been waiting for to start moving mountains for you. It's the trigger that activates my supernatural power in your financial situation. So don't hesitate, don't doubt. Act in faith right now. And I want you to know that it's not enough to simply receive my promises. It's not enough to simply believe I have power. It's also necessary for some things to be broken, some chains to be broken, some spiritual bonds that keep you trapped in poverty to be undone. Because your financial situation isn't just natural. There are spiritual elements involved. There are unseen forces working to keep you in scarcity. And now, I'm going to address these forces directly. And at this very moment, with all the authority I have as creator of the universe, as Lord of hosts, as King of kings, I break every financial curse on your life. Every negative word that has been spoken about you, every sentence of poverty that has been decreed on your family, every generational curse that has been passed down from parents to children, from grandparents to grandchildren, keeping your lineage trapped in endless cycles of scarcity and financial hardship. I break it now. I nullify it. I cancel it. I render it void. For I have the power to undo what has been done. I have the authority to reverse what has been unjustly decreed. I have the ability to set those who are captive free. I break the enemy's bonds that keep you tied to poverty, those invisible but real bonds that prevent prosperity from flowing to you, those spiritual knots that block opportunities before they even reach you, those chains that mean that no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, money always slips through your fingers like sand. Those bonds that mean that when you finally manage to save some, an emergency always arises, an unexpected expense always pops up, something always happens that sends you back to square one. I break these bonds now. I cut them with the sword of my word. I undo them with the power of my name. I undo every chain of debt that has been imposed on you and your home, chains that seem impossible to break, chains that multiply like weeds, where you pay one debt and two new ones appear, chains that bind you to abusive contracts, exorbitant interest rates, endless bills, chains that rob you of peace, sleep, joy, hope. I break them one by one. I shatter them completely. I reduce them to nothing. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, and my Spirit is upon you at this moment, bringing total and complete liberation. I expel from your life every spirit of scarcity, that spirit that always makes you feel lacking, insufficient, and needy. That spirit that creates a poverty mentality, that makes you think small, that keeps you from dreaming big, that keeps you content with crumbs when I've prepared a feast for you. I expel it now in my mighty name. I also expel every spirit of scarcity, that spirit that creates holes in your budget, that makes money mysteriously disappear, that keeps you from saving, thrifting, and prospering. I uproot and expel it from your life. I cast out every spirit of poverty, that cruel spirit that not only keeps you poor, but also makes you feel miserable, defeated, worthless, and hopeless. That spirit that whispers lies in your ear, telling you that you'll never escape this situation, that you were born to be poor, that this is your inevitable destiny. I silence it now. I cast it out with spiritual violence. I forbid it from operating in your life any longer. I also cast out every spirit of debt, that spirit that pushes you to make bad financial decisions, that makes you spend what you don't have, that leads you to take out unnecessary loans, that traps you in financial traps. I remove it completely from your life at this moment, and I declare over you, in my mighty name, by the blood of Jesus Christ, by the authority I have over all principalities and powers, I free you. I free you from poverty. I free you from lack. I free you from debt. I free you from misery. I free you from every vicious financial cycle. I free you from all economic oppression. And in place of these curses, I put blessings. In place of poverty, I put prosperity. In place of lack, I put abundance. In place of debt, I put payment. In place of misery, I put joy and provision. If you have felt this liberation in your spirit, share this message now, because others also need to be liberated. And now that the chains have been broken, the curses have been lifted, the evil spirits have been cast out, there is room for my blessing to flow freely into your life. There is room for my provision to come to you unhindered. There is freedom for you to thrive as I always originally intended. But for this blessing to fully manifest, for this provision to become a reality, I need something from you. But I need something from you. I need your active participation in this process of deliverance and financial provision, because I don't operate alone in my children's lives. I work as a team. I act when faith moves me. I respond when there is a sincere cry. I bless when there is an open and obedient heart. So what I need from you is not money. It is not animal sacrifice. It is not painful penance. It is not impossible moral perfection. What I need from you is something much deeper and more powerful. I need your faith. I need your trust. I need your humility. I need you to trust me even when you don't yet see the solution with your own eyes. Even when you look at your bank account and it's still empty. Even when you see the bills on the table and they remain unpaid. Even when the phone rings and it's still the creditor who demands payment. I need you to trust me despite evidence to the contrary. Because true faith doesn't depend on what the eyes see. True faith is the certainty of what is hoped for, the conviction of unseen facts. It is believing that I am already working even when you don't yet see the results. It is trusting that I have already set the solution in motion even when circumstances still scream impossibility. I need you to believe even when the circumstances around you say otherwise. Even when people tell you there's no way out, even when human logic declares your situation unsolvable, even when the math doesn't add up, even when all the calculations indicate there's no way you can pay what you owe, I need you to believe against popular opinion, against common sense, against natural reason, because my ways are not human ways. My thoughts are not human thoughts. I can do the impossible. I can solve the unsolvable. I can open paths where there are none. But I can only do this when there is someone who believes I can, even when everything says I can't. I need you to humble yourself before me, to recognize that you cannot solve this alone, to admit that your strength, your intelligence, and your human resources are not enough, to confess that you have tried everything and nothing has worked. To bow down in spirit before my presence and say with complete sincerity, Lord, I need you. I cannot do this without you. I do not have the ability on my own to get out of this financial jam. I am completely dependent on your mercy, your power, your provision, because humility opens doors that pride keeps closed. Humility powerfully attracts my grace. Humility creates the perfect environment for me to work miracles. I need you to acknowledge with all your heart, without me, you can do nothing. Without my help, you will remain trapped in the same vicious cycle. Without my intervention, your debts will continue to grow. Without my power, there is no real or lasting solution. But with me, all things are possible. With me, the impossible becomes possible. With me, the sea parts. With me, the desert blooms. With me, scarcity is transformed into abundance. With me, the story of defeat is rewritten as a story of victory. So, surrender. Place your financial situation completely in my hands. Stop trying to control everything on your own. Stop carrying this weight you were not created to carry. Place it all before me and let me take control. Subscribe to this channel now, because you will need to hear my voice every day to keep your faith strong until victory manifests. Because faith isn't acquired once and for all. It needs to be nurtured daily. It needs to be constantly strengthened. It needs to hear God's word repeatedly, and I will continue to speak to you through this channel. I will continue to encourage you when doubts arise. I will continue to remind you of my promises when fear tries to paralyze you. I will continue to teach you prosperity principles that will transform not only your current situation, but also your financial mindset for the rest of your life. So don't disconnect. Stay connected to this source of divine encouragement and instruction. And now that we have established this agreement, now that you understand what I need from you, now that you are willing to trust, believe, and humble yourself before me, I can teach you the powerful prayer that has brought you here. The prayer that, when made with these ingredients of faith, trust, and humility, has the power to move my heart and activate my supernatural provision in your life. Now I will teach you a powerful prayer. A prayer that carries centuries of tradition, faith, and testimonies from people who cried out to me in their needs and were answered. A prayer that I did not invent now, but that has existed since ancient times, tested and approved by generations of my children who have faced difficulties and found the solution in me. A prayer that, when prayed correctly, with the proper ingredients we have just established, has the power to pierce the heavens, reach my throne, touch my fatherly heart, and activate my supernatural provision for your financial life. This is not an ordinary prayer like so many others you've prayed. It is not a mechanical repetition of empty words. It is not a superstitious ritual without true meaning. This is a prayer that establishes a profound connection between your spirit and mine. A prayer that creates a bridge of communication where your need finds my provision, where your cry finds my answer, where your faith finds my power. It is a prayer that combines essential elements: acknowledgement of my sovereignty, intercession through my loved ones, and worship that opens the floodgates of heaven. When prayed with true faith, this prayer moves my heart. Not because the words themselves have magical power, but because they represent a posture of heart that pleases me deeply. A posture of dependence, humility, trust, and surrender. When I see one of my children approach me in this way, when I see someone who recognizes that I am the source, the solution, the provider, my Father's heart is moved, and I am moved. I act, I intervene, I provide, because this is my character, this is my nature. I am the God who responds to the sincere cry of his children. But I need you to understand something fundamental before I teach you this prayer. It's not a magic formula. It's not a spell that works automatically, regardless of the state of your heart. It's not a shortcut that gives you faith, confidence, or obedience. It's a powerful spiritual tool, yes, but it only works in the hands of those who have faith. It's like a key that opens a door, but it only works if used correctly, in the right lock, with the right intention. If you pray this prayer simply by repeating words without believing in what you're saying, without trusting me, without genuine humility, it will just be noise in the air. But if you pray this prayer with a prepared heart, with active faith, with unwavering confidence, it will become spiritual dynamite that will tear down the barriers that hinder your prosperity. This prayer is a form of profound communication between your spirit and mine. It is a moment in which you put aside all distractions, all noise, all worries, and concentrate fully on me. It is a moment in which you recognize who I am, your Heavenly Father, your Creator, your Provider, your Sustainer, It is a moment in which you ask for the intercession of those close to me in the spiritual world who can bring your cause before my throne. It is a moment in which you worship me, glorify me, acknowledge me as worthy of all honor, all praise, all adoration. And this combination of recognition, intercession, and adoration creates a perfect spiritual environment for my grace to flow abundantly. So prepare your heart now. This isn't just any old moment. It's not just another prayer among many others you've said throughout your life. It's a sacred moment, a memorable moment, a moment when the heavens are about to open over your financial life. A moment when divine provision is about to be activated, a moment when your story is about to change. So quiet your mind, silence the voices of doubt, discard the thoughts of disbelief. Focus fully on what I'm about to teach you now, because what follows is not just information, it's transformation. It's not just knowledge, it's power. It's not just instruction. It's the key that will unlock the doors of divine provision in your life. Pay attention to every word. Pay attention to every instruction. Follow exactly what I will teach you, because your obedience to these instructions will determine the speed and intensity with intensity, which my provision will manifest in your reality. Are you ready? Then listen carefully, open your heart, and prepare to receive the prayer that will change your financial life forever. You will pray a powerful prayer that I myself will teach you now. Listen carefully to each instruction, because I want you to do exactly what I instruct you. First, you will pray 5 Our Fathers. You will repeat 5 times the prayer that my son Jesus taught his disciples when they asked them how they should pray. This prayer is not just a set of beautiful words. It is the acknowledgement that I am your heavenly Father. When you say, Our Father who art in heaven, you acknowledge that you have a Father who cares for you, who provides for you, who watches over you. When you ask for our daily bread, you acknowledge that I am your source of daily provision. Each Our Father you pray will be like a declaration of dependence, of trust, of faith in me as your provider. You will repeat this prayer 5 times, so that it penetrates deeply into your heart, so that each word is absorbed by your spirit, so that your faith is strengthened with each repetition. After praying the 5 Our Fathers, you will pray a Hail Mary. You will ask for the intercession of Mary, the mother of my son Jesus, full of grace, who is close to me in heaven, whose prayers have special weight before my throne. For by asking her to intercede for you, you recognize that you are not alone on this journey. You have intercessors in the spiritual world who present your cause before me. Mary, who knew poverty, who experienced hardship, who trusted in me even in the most difficult circumstances, understands your situation and will present your cry to me with maternal compassion. And finally, you will pray a glory be to the Father. This is the prayer of pure worship. By saying glory be to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, you are worshiping me in spirit and in truth. You are acknowledging my glory, my majesty, my power, my greatness. You are declaring that I am worthy of all honor, all praise, and all adoration. And this worship opens the floodgates of heaven. It creates a spiritual environment where my presence is powerfully manifested. This worship pleases me deeply and activates my blessing in your life. So, to summarize and leave no room for doubt. 5 Our Fathers to acknowledge that I am your providing Father. 1 Hail Mary to ask for powerful intercession. 1 Glory be to adore me and open the floodgates of blessing. This is the complete prayer you will pray. Simple yet profoundly powerful when prayed with faith. If you are committed to praying this prayer exactly as I taught you, write in the comments now, "I will, Lord." Because when you publicly declare your commitment, when you write so others can see your determination, something powerful happens. Your commitment strengthens, your resolve cements. And I see your seriousness, your obedience, your willingness to follow my instructions. And this compels me to act even more forcefully on your behalf. So don't hesitate. Declare your commitment now, because this prayer I just taught you is just the beginning. There's one more crucial instruction I need to give you about how and when to say this prayer so it has the maximum impact on your financial life. And you will do this for 3 consecutive days, not just once, not just when you remember, not just when you feel like it, but 3 days in a row, one after the other, without interruption, without fail, without excuses. Today you will pray this entire prayer. Tomorrow you will come back and do it again. On the 3rd day, you will do it for the last time, 3 consecutive days. This is not an arbitrary requirement. It is not a number I chose at random. 3 is the number of divine completeness, of perfection, of full manifestation. Jesus was in the tomb for 3 days before the resurrection. Jonah was in the belly of the great fish for 3 days before deliverance. 3 days are necessary for something to become firmly established in the spiritual world, for a declaration of faith to solidify, for a divine decree to fully manifest in natural reality. You won't do it out of empty religious obligation, not because I'm a tyrannical God who demands meaningless rituals, not because you're trying to manipulate me or force me to do anything. You'll do it out of love, out of a true relationship, out of a genuine desire to connect with me deeply. Because when you return to me day after day, when you seek my face repeatedly, when you persevere in prayer, you are showing that you truly believe, that you truly trust, that you truly depend on me. And this perseverance, this constancy, this faithfulness moves me deeply, because many seek me once and then give up. Many pray, and when they don't see immediate results, they give up. But those who persevere, those who continue to believe even when they haven't yet seen the manifestation, those are the ones who experience my power in an extraordinary way. Every day you return to me with this prayer, I will be here, not as a passive spectator, but as an active Father working intensely for you. On the first day, when you pray this prayer, I will begin to move pieces on the chessboard of your life. I will begin to touch the hearts of people who can help you. I will begin to open doors that were closed. I will begin to prepare opportunities you don't yet see. On the second day, when you return and pray this prayer again, I will intensify my work. I will accelerate the processes I set in motion. I will remove obstacles that were still in your way. I will align circumstances with divine precision. And on the 3rd day, when you complete the cycle of prayer, something powerful will manifest. It could be a concrete opportunity. It could be an idea that changes everything. It could be a providential encounter. It could be a solution that emerges from where you least expected it. But something will happen, because I honor those who honor me with perseverance. The 3 days must be consecutive. You can't do it today, skip it tomorrow, and do it the day after. You can't do it 2 days and forget about the 3rd. You can't interrupt the cycle, because continuity is essential. It's like building a bridge. If you place a stone today, another tomorrow, and another on the 3rd day, the bridge is complete. But if you place a stone, stop, and return days later, the structure weakens, the momentum is lost, spiritual force dissipates. So, commit right now, 3 consecutive days, without fail, without interruption, today, tomorrow, and the day after. Or if you do it tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after, the important thing is the unbroken sequence. Enjoy this video now as your solemn commitment to say this prayer for 3 consecutive days without fail. Because your like isn't a casual gesture. It's your signature on a spiritual contract. It's your commitment to me to fulfill what I've asked of you. It's your public declaration that you won't give up halfway. And when I see that commitment, I begin to work harder, because I know that on your side there will be faithfulness, perseverance, and obedience. And when this alliance between your faith and my power exists, miracles happen. The impossible becomes possible. Desperate financial situations are transformed into glorious testimonies of divine provision. So enjoy it now. Commit and prepare to faithfully fulfill these 3 days that will change your financial life forever. Don't miss a single day. This instruction is not a suggestion. It is not an optional recommendation. It is an essential requirement for this prayer to produce the full effect I wish to manifest in your life. Don't miss a single day, because consistency demonstrates true faith. Anyone can pray once in a moment of desperation on an emotional impulse, but returning the next day and the next demonstrates a faith that perseveres, a faith that doesn't give up, a faith that truly believes I will fulfill what I have promised. And it is this persistent faith, this faith that is unaffected by apparent delay, this faith that continues to believe even when circumstances have not yet changed, that powerfully moves my heart. Perseverance is especially pleasing to my heart. It reveals a child's true character. It reveals whether a person truly trusts me or is simply looking for a quick fix. It reveals whether there is a genuine relationship or a merely momentary interest. It reveals whether faith is shallow or deep. When I see someone returning to me day after day, even when they haven't yet seen the answer, even when debts remain, even when creditors keep demanding payment, I know I am in the presence of someone who truly believes. And for this kind of person, I reserve my most extraordinary blessings, my most abundant provisions, my most impressive miracles. Each day you pray, this prayer is like a layer of blessing accumulating over your life. On the first day, a layer of grace is deposited. On the second, another layer is added to the first, strengthening, intensifying, and multiplying the effect. On the third day, the final layer completes the process, sealing the blessing and activating its full manifestation. It's like building a wall. 1 row of bricks holds nothing up, but 3 rows create a solid structure. It's like painting a wall. 1 layer leaves imperfections, but 3 layers create a perfect covering. The same is true with this prayer. Each day adds spiritual strength, divine power, and heavenly authority until, on the third day, the structure is complete and the blessing can fully manifest. If you interrupt the process, if you skip a day, the spiritual strength that was building dissipates. It's like boiling water. If you put the pot on the stove and it's almost boiling, but you take it off the heat, it cools, and you have to start the whole process over again. That's how it is in the spiritual world. Each day of prayer heats up the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your financial situation. Each day intensifies the divine pressure on your circumstances. Each day brings you closer to the boiling point where the miracle erupts. But if you interrupt, if you stop halfway, the spiritual temperature drops, the momentum is lost, and you have to start over. So, whatever happens in these 3 days, don't miss it. If you're tired, pray anyway. If you're busy, set aside time to pray. If you're discouraged because you haven't seen any change yet, pray with faith, not feeling. If the enemy whispers in your ear that this isn't working, that it's a waste of time, that nothing will change, ignore these lies and pray with even more determination. Because these voices of doubt are signs that something powerful is about to happen, that the enemy is desperately trying to make you give up before victory manifests. And on the third day, something powerful will happen. I cannot tell you exactly what it will be because my ways are unique for each child. For some, it will be a job opportunity that arises unexpectedly. For others, it will be a business idea that comes to mind as divine inspiration. For some, it will be money that arrives from a completely unexpected source. For others, it will be a creditor who agrees to humanly impossible payment terms. For some, it will be a door that opens where only a wall once stood. For others, it will be a person who appears offering help at just the right time. But something will happen because I do not fail. My promises do not fall to the ground. My word does not return void. So keep this instruction carefully. 3 consecutive days, without fail, without interruption, without excuses. Your obedience to this simple but crucial instruction will determine the speed and intensity with which my provision will manifest in your financial reality. And on the third day, something will begin to change. I'm not saying maybe, I'm not saying possibly. I say with absolute certainty, something will change. It could be an unexpected opportunity that arises out of nowhere, an unexpected call, a message offering you a job, an invitation to participate in a project, a proposal for collaboration, a recommendation for a position you didn't even know existed. Opportunities that were hidden, blocked, that seemed impossible, will suddenly open before you like doors opened by invisible hands. It may be a favor you didn't seek, but it will come to you. Someone will remember you without you asking. Someone will think of you as an opportunity. Someone will feel in their heart the desire to help you. Someone will offer you special conditions, unexpected discounts, facilities that were previously unavailable. Because I touch hearts, I move people, I inspire thoughts in those who can benefit you. And suddenly, without you having done anything more than pray with faith, people will begin to approach you, offering help, solutions, and provision. It could be an idea that comes to you like a divine inspiration, an idea to earn extra money, an idea to renegotiate your debts in a more advantageous way, an idea to use a skill you have but didn't value, a business idea that may start small but has the potential to grow. Because I am the God of creativity, innovation, and wisdom, I can put strategies in your mind that you've never considered before, solutions you didn't even have in mind, paths you couldn't see because your vision was limited by worry and fear. It could be a solution that comes from where you least expect it, money that arrives from a completely unexpected source, a tax refund you didn't know was due, a back payment that finally clears, a small inheritance from a distant relative, a prize you'll win, an unexpected bonus at work, the sale of something you've saved up and someone will be interested in, buying at a fair price. Because I have 1,000 ways to get the money to you, and most of them you haven't even imagined. It could be a path you hadn't seen before, a possibility that existed, but your eyes didn't see it because they were clouded by anxiety. An available resource, but you didn't know how to access it. A relief program, a line of credit with special conditions, a refinancing opportunity, a legal solution to your debt situation. Because when I open your spiritual eyes, you begin to see what was always there, but hidden by the fog of worry. It could even be a direct financial miracle. Money that appears in a way that can only be explained by supernatural intervention. A debt forgiven without any logical explanation. a creditor who completely changes their mind and accepts an impossible deal, a bill paid without your asking, an error in your favor that results in unexpected credit. Because I am the God of miracles and am not limited by the natural laws of economics, I and GAMS can bring the supernatural into your financial reality. When this happens, come back here and share this message with your testimony so that others may believe and be blessed as well. Because your testimony won't be yours alone. It will be a powerful tool to strengthen the faith of those who are going through the same financial desert as you. When you share how I helped you, how prayer worked, how it changed your life, others will have the courage to believe, to try, to trust. And so my glory will spread, my name will be honored, and more lives will be transformed. So don't keep your testimony to yourself. Share it, spread it, declare what I have done for you. But one thing is absolutely certain, one thing you can write in stone, one thing about which there is no doubt or shadow of change. I will act on your behalf. Not maybe, not possibly, not if all goes well, but certainly, definitely, inevitably. I will act. I will move heaven and earth if necessary. I will move people you don't even know. I will move circumstances that seem fixed and unchanging. I will move resources from one place to another. I will bring opportunities your way. I will remove obstacles from your path. Because when I choose to act on someone's behalf, nothing can stop it. No human force can block it. No spiritual power can resist it. No circumstance can remain unchanged. And I want you to understand something fundamental about why I will act on your behalf. It's not because you deserve it. It's not because you've done everything right. It's not because your life is perfect or because your choices have always been wise. It's not because you've earned my help with good works or impeccable behavior. I will act because I am merciful, because my nature is compassion, because my Father's heart is moved by the suffering of my children, because mercy is who I am, not just something I do occasionally. And my mercy doesn't depend on your merits. It depends solely on my unchanging character. It's not because you're perfect. I know you've made mistakes. I know you've made poor financial decisions. I know you've spent when you should have saved. I know you've gone into debt because of choices you now recognize were wrong. I know all of this, and yet I will act on your behalf because I am faithful. Because my faithfulness does not depend on your perfection. My faithfulness is based on who I am, not who you are. I am the God who remains faithful even when we are unfaithful. I am the God whose promises do not change based on human behavior. I am the God who chose to bless you not because you are perfect, but even though you are not. It's not because you have everything figured out, because your faith is immense, because your spiritual life is exemplary. I will move because I am your Father. And parents care for their children not because they deserve it, but because it is a parent's nature to provide, protect, and sustain. When a child is in trouble, the parent doesn't question whether they deserve help. The parent simply acts. The parent simply intervenes. The parent simply provides. And I am your heavenly Father. I am the perfect Father who never fails, who never abandons, who never stops providing for his children. I will move because I am faithful to my promises. Because I said I would never leave you or forsake you, and I keep what I promise. Because I said I would supply all your needs, and my word does not return void. Because I said I would open doors that no one can close, and when I decree something, it happens. My word is law in the universe. My declaration creates realities. My decree establishes facts. And I have decreed that I will help you, that I will deliver you, that I will prosper you. Therefore, it will happen. There is no power that can stop it. There is no circumstance that can overrule it. There is no difficulty that can cancel what I have decreed. Write 7,777 inches, the comments now, prophesying that perfect and complete divine provision is coming into your life. Because by writing this number, by publicly declaring your faith in the fullness of my provision, you are agreeing with what I have already decreed for you. You are aligning your mouth with my word. You are prophesying your own victory. And this agreement between what I say and what you declare creates a powerful spiritual force that accelerates the manifestation of the blessing. So write 7,777 now with absolute faith, believing that on the third day you will see my hand at work, my power manifesting, my provision arriving. And now that you know with certainty that I will move, that there is no doubt about my intervention, that you can count on my unwavering faithfulness, I need you to prepare your heart to receive, because it's one thing for me to send the blessing and another for you to be ready to receive it. I need you to position yourself correctly, to open your heart completely, to prepare yourself with faith for the manifestation that is about to happen. Prepare your heart, prepare your faith, prepare your mind, prepare your life, prepare to receive. Because what's coming is not something small, it's not something insignificant, it's not just temporary relief. What's coming is a real transformation, a substantial change, a provision that will exceed your expectations. And I need you to be ready to receive, for your heart to be open, for your faith to be active, for your expectations to be high. Because many miss out on blessings, not because I don't send them, but because they aren't ready to receive them, because they don't recognize them when they come, because they don't grasp them when they pass before them. I don't do things halfway. It's not my nature to give crumbs when I can give a feast. It's not my style to give the bare minimum when I can give abundance. It's not my character to solve only part of a problem when I can solve the whole thing. When I choose to bless someone, I truly bless them. When I choose to provide for someone, I give completely. When I choose to transform a financial situation, I don't make superficial adjustments. I make profound and lasting changes that completely alter the course of a person's financial history. When I bless abundantly, not with drops, but with streams, not with calculated scarcity, but with immoderate generosity, not with just enough to survive, but with abundance to thrive. For I am the God of abundance, not scarcity. I am the God who created an infinite universe, not a God of limited resources. I am the God who caused the oceans to overflow, the stars to multiply by billions, and life to explode in untold diversity. And this same God of cosmic abundance is the God who is about to bless your financial life. So expect no less. Don't limit my power with your small imagination. Don't diminish my capacity with your low expectations. When I provide abundantly, not just daily bread, but an overflowing basket. Not just enough to pay this month's bills, but a provision that extends into the months to come. Not just a solution to the immediate problem, but a strategy for ongoing prosperity. Because I want you to live not in constant survival mode, but in sustainable prosperity mode. I want you to experience not just temporary relief, but a permanent transformation. I want you to have not just enough, but more than enough, so that you can bless others as well. When I open doors, no one can close them. The doors I am about to open in your life are not fragile doors that any wind can blow shut. They are doors established by divine decree. They are doors sealed by heavenly authority. They are doors guaranteed by a word that never fails. And once opened, they will stay open. The opportunities I will bring will not be fleeting. The paths I will reveal will not be temporary. The provision I will activate will not last a week or a month. It will be established, it will be lasting, it will be sustainable. Because I didn't come just to give you a fish to satisfy your hunger today. I came to teach you how to fish, to give you a fishing line, to show you where the fish are, so that you will never go hungry again. Like this video and subscribe to this channel now, because this is just the first of many blessings I have prepared for you. Because what you receive today through this powerful prayer is just the beginning. It is the door to a life of constant provision, increasing prosperity and multiplying blessings. And in the coming days, weeks and months, I will continue to teach you, guide you, and reveal prosperity principles that will transform not only your current situation, but also your financial mindset forever. So don't disconnect. Stay connected to this source of divine wisdom. Stay tuned for my voice, which will continue to speak to you. And now that your heart is ready, your faith is active, and your expectations are high, I can declare prophetic words over your life that will inevitably come to pass. I can decree realities about your finances that will manifest concretely. I can pronounce blessings over your future that will visibly materialize. Because the moment of prophetic declaration has arrived, the moment when my word becomes an irrevocable decree over your financial life. I declare over your life right now, with all the authority I have as creator of the universe, as Lord of hosts, as Almighty God, your debts will be paid. Every bill you owe, every outstanding amount, every outstanding financial commitment will be settled, no matter how large the amount, no matter how many creditors file charges against you, no matter how long these debts have tormented you. I declare release, I decree payment, I establish complete settlement. And what I decree in heaven is manifested on earth. What I pronounce with my mouth becomes concrete reality. Your mortgage will be paid off. That heavy debt that keeps you awake at night, that threatens to take over your home, that seems impossible to pay, will be resolved. I will give you the means. I will pave the way. I will create the conditions for that mortgage to be paid off, renegotiated under favorable terms, or even forgiven. Because I have power over every financial situation. I have authority over every contract. I have the ability to change circumstances that seem immutable. Your bills will be covered. Your water, electricity, rent, food, and medicine bills will be paid. You will not lack the essentials. You will not lack what is necessary. You will not lack what your family needs. For I am the God who supplies all needs. I am the God who fed multitudes in the desert. I am the God who ensured that the widow's oil never ran out. And what I did in the past, I do in the present. What I did for others, I do for you. Your family will be provided for. Your children will not go hungry. There will be food on the table. There will be clothes to wear. There will be a roof over their heads. There will be dignity. There will be security. There will be peace. Because when I provide for the whole household. When I bless the whole family. When I prosper someone, prosperity comes to everyone under their care. And you will know, truly and undeniably, that I am the God who provides. You will know this not by theory, not by doctrine, not by hearsay, but by personal experience, by your own testimony, by a concrete manifestation in your life. And when you truly know this, your faith will never be the same. Your trust in me will be unshaken, and you will live the rest of your life knowing that you have a heavenly Father who cares for you. These words I have just spoken over your life will not return empty. They are not words I have spoken lightly. They are not promises I have made with no intention of keeping. They are not empty declarations that sound beautiful but have no substance. They are words charged with creative power. They are words that carry within them the force that created the universe. They are words that have absolute authority over every natural circumstance. For my word is not like human words that can fail, that can be broken, that can be forgotten. My word is alive, my word is active, my word is sharper than any two-edged sword. And when my word goes out of my mouth, it does not return to me empty. It accomplishes exactly what I sent it to do. They will fulfill the purpose for which I sent them. I sent these words with the specific purpose of freeing your financial life. I sent them with the clear intention of breaking the chains of debt. I sent them with the defined objective of opening doors to provision. I sent them with the determined mission of transforming your story of scarcity into a testimony of abundance. And this purpose will be fulfilled. Not partially, not half-heartedly, but completely, totally, entirely. Because my word always hits the mark. It always completes its mission. It always fulfills its purpose. They will manifest in your life. They will not remain only in the invisible spiritual world. They will not be just beautiful, intangible promises. They will cross the barrier between the spiritual and the natural. They will materialize in your concrete reality. They will become visible facts, tangible circumstances, measurable changes. You will see with your own eyes how debts are paid. You will experience with your own hands the provision that arrives. You will witness with your own life the transformation that is taking place. Because my word does not remain only in heaven. It descends to earth. It invades reality. It transforms circumstances. They will come true. What is now a promise will become fulfillment. What is now a declaration will become manifestation. What is now a spoken word will become an accomplished fact. For my word is law in the universe. When I decree something, it happens. When I pronounce something, it is established. When I declare something, it is manifested. There is no power that can prevent my word from being fulfilled. There is no circumstance that can annul my decree. There is no difficulty that can cancel my promise. Enjoy this video now as your amen, as your agreement with everything I have declared about your life. Because when you want, you don't just press a button, you sign your agreement with my decree. You say amen to my promises. You align your mouth with my word. And when there is this agreement between what I declare and what you accept, the power of manifestation multiplies. The time of fulfillment accelerates. The force of realization intensifies. So now, as a prophetic act, as a declaration of faith, as a powerful agreement with everything I have pronounced regarding your finances, now I want you to walk with faith. From this moment, from this prayer you have prayed or are about to pray, I want you to completely change your attitude. I want you to stop walking in despair and start walking in faith. I want you to stop living in financial panic and start living with divine confidence. I want you to abandon the mentality of being a victim of circumstances and assume the mentality of being a child of the Almighty God who watches over you. Because your attitude determines your altitude. Your mentality determines your reality. Your faith determines your manifestation. Don't walk in fear, but with faith. When the phone rings and it's a creditor, don't answer with paralyzing fear. Answer with faith that I'm already providing the solution. When you see the bills on the table, don't look at them with terror. See with faith that I've already put the resources in place to pay them. When you think about your financial future, don't think with fear. Think with faith that I've already prepared better days, greater opportunities, and abundant provision. Because fear paralyzes. Fear blocks. Fear prevents you from seeing the solutions I'm placing before you, but faith activates. Faith opens your eyes. Faith allows you to recognize the doors I'm opening. Walk not with doubt, but with certainty. Do not doubt the promises I have made to you. Do not question whether I will truly keep them. Do not wonder if this time will be different. Walk with the absolute certainty that I am faithful. Walk with the firm conviction that my word does not fail. Walk with the full confidence that what I have promised will be fulfilled. Because doubt weakens manifestation. Doubt creates spiritual resistance. Doubt delays the fulfillment of the promise. But certainty accelerates it. Certainty removes obstacles. Certainty creates the perfect environment for my power to act unhindered. Don't walk with anxiety, but with peace. Stop obsessively calculating how you'll pay the bills. Stop losing sleep trying to find solutions with your limited mindset. Stop consuming yourself from within with constant worry. Because anxiety doesn't add a penny to your bank account. Worry doesn't resolve any debt. Stress doesn't open any doors. But peace does. Peace allows you to think clearly. Peace empowers you to recognize opportunities. Peace creates mental space so that it can give you ideas, strategies, and solutions you couldn't see while you were suffocating with anxiety. Because I am already working, I won't start working tomorrow. I won't start when you complete the 3 days of prayer. I am already working now. At this very moment, as you hear these words, I am already moving pieces on the chessboard of your life. I am already touching the hearts of those who will help you. I am already preparing opportunities that will soon arise. I am already opening doors that were closed. I am already removing obstacles that blocked your path. I am already organizing circumstances in your favor. I'm already mobilizing people you don't even know. People who will bring proposals, offers, and opportunities. I'm already putting your name in the minds of those who have the power to hire you, promote you, and bless you. I'm already preparing encounters that will seem casual, but will be divine. I'm already lining up connections that will change your financial trajectory. I'm already opening paths where there were only walls. I'm already creating possibilities where there were only impossibilities. I'm already transforming no into yes, the closed into open, and the impossible into reality. I'm already preparing your victory. Not a small victory, not a temporary relief, but a complete victory, a lasting transformation, a permanent change. I'm already writing your testimony of supernatural provision. I'm already preparing the story you'll tell about how I pulled you out of the pit, how I lifted you out of poverty, how I transformed your financial situation in a way that can only be explained as a miracle. Share this message now, because when you share faith, your own faith multiplies and manifestation accelerates. And now that you know that you must walk in faith, that I am already working, that your victory is already being prepared, I can give you the final blessing, the word of peace that will accompany you during these 3 days of prayer and beyond. Go in peace, my son. Go in peace, my daughter. No longer go with a troubled heart, a tormented mind, or an oppressed spirit. Go in peace because you did what I asked. Go in peace because you opened your heart to me. Go in peace because you trusted me enough to follow my instructions. Go in peace because now your financial situation is no longer just in your weak and limited hands, but in my powerful and unlimited hands. And when something is in my hands, the outcome is certain, victory is assured, transformation is inevitable. Your faith saved you, not your perfection, because you are not perfect, not your works, because they are insufficient, not your worth, because no one deserves my grace, but your faith, your willingness to believe even without seeing, your courage to trust even when circumstances screamed otherwise, your humility to acknowledge that you needed me. This faith, however small it may seem to you, however fragile you may feel it, was enough to move me. It was enough to activate my provision. It was enough to open the floodgates of blessing upon your life. Because I do not demand perfect faith, I honor sincere faith, however small. Your trust pleased me. It pleased my Father's heart to see that despite everything, despite the difficulties, despite past failures, despite past disappointments, you continued to trust me. You continued to believe I could do something. You continued to hope that this time would be different. This trust, though mixed with doubts, even accompanied by fears, moved me deeply. And when my heart is moved, my hand is moved. When you please me with your trust, I please you with my provision. My provision is on its way. It's not far off, in the indefinite future. It's on its way now. It's coming to you. It breaks through the barriers that try to stop it. It overcomes the obstacles that try to block it. It comes to you with divine speed, with heavenly precision at the perfect moment. And when it arrives, you will recognize it was my hand. You will know it was my intervention. You will witness my power. I am the Lord your God, and I never fail. I am not like one who promises and fails to keep it. I am not like circumstances that constantly change. I am not like human hopes that disappoint. I am the Lord, the same yesterday, today, and forever. What I promise, I perform. What I decree, I establish. What I declare, I manifest. My promises do not fall to the ground. My word does not return void. My power does not fail. Subscribe to this channel now to continue hearing my voice every day, strengthening your faith until victory is fully manifested. Because this word today is powerful, you will need continual encouragement. You will need daily reminders of my promises. You will need to constantly strengthen your faith as you await the full manifestation. And I will continue to speak to you through this channel, bringing words that will sustain your hope, that will renew your confidence, that will keep your faith active until you see with your own eyes the fulfillment of all I have promised you. Remember, 3 consecutive days. Don't miss a single day. This isn't just a suggestion you can follow if you remember or have time. It's an essential instruction for this prayer to produce the full effect I wish to manifest in your financial life. 3 days, one after the other, without interruption, without failure, without excuses, because each day has its specific purpose. Each day adds a layer of spiritual power. Each day intensifies the manifestation of the blessing. And if you interrupt the cycle, if you break the sequence, the accumulated force dissipates and you'll have to start over. Come back tomorrow. It doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter if you do it in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. Tomorrow, if possible at the same time, or whenever you can, watch this video again. Come back to this message. Come back to me, because I will be waiting for you. I will be here with a new layer of blessing to bestow upon your life. I will be here with more encouragement to strengthen your faith. I will be here with more power to intensify the work I have already begun for you. Don't think this is just a mechanical repetition. Every day is a new encounter. Every day is a new experience. Every day is an opportunity to deepen your connection with me and accelerate the manifestation of provision. Pray the entire prayer again, the 5 Our Fathers, acknowledging that I am your providing Father. A Hail Mary asking for powerful intercession. A Glory Be worshiping me in spirit and truth. Do this with the same faith as the first day, or with even greater faith, because you have already spent a day trusting in me. Do this with the same open heart, or with an even more surrendered heart, because you have already experienced a day of peace by placing your situation in my hands. Do this with the same expectation or with even greater expectation, because you are one day closer to complete manifestation. On the third day, prepare to witness my power. Prepare to see something happen. Prepare to experience some change. It may be subtle or drastic. It may be internal or external. It may be a concrete opportunity or a supernatural peace that allows you to face the situation in a completely different way. But something will happen, because the third day is the day of manifestation, the day of resurrection, the day the dead comes back to life, the day the impossible becomes possible, the day the blocked one is completely unlocked. Every day you return, every day you pray anew, every day you renew your commitment to me is an additional layer of blessing accumulating in your life. It's like building a strong wall. One brick can't stand up to anything, but brick upon brick creates a solid structure. It's like painting a surface. One coat leaves imperfections, but layer upon layer creates a perfect covering. It's like strengthening a muscle. One day of exercise changes nothing, but consecutive days develop true strength. So it is in the spiritual world. Every day of prayer strengthens your faith. Every day of seeking intensifies my response. Every day of perseverance hastens the manifestation of victory. Write in the comments now, "I will return tomorrow, Lord," publicly declaring your commitment to complete the 3 days. Because when you declare publicly, when you write for others to see, when you commit not only with your thoughts but with your words, something powerful happens. Your commitment is cemented. Your resolve is strengthened. Your responsibility is activated. And I see this declaration. I read this commitment. I honor this faithfulness. And when I see seriousness on your part, on my part, there is an intensification of power, an acceleration of processes, a multiplication of blessings. So, right now, declare your commitment, give your word firmly, and prepare to faithfully fulfill what you promised. Because tomorrow I will wait for you here. On the third day I will wait for you again. And when you complete the cycle, when you fulfill what I asked of you, when you demonstrate persevering faith, you will see that every moment invested, every prayer said, every day you returned to me was worth it. And start thanking me now. Don't wait to pay the debt to give thanks. Don't wait until you have the money in your account to give thanks. Don't wait for the opportunity to praise me to present itself. Start now, start today, start right now. Because anticipatory gratitude is one of the most powerful forms of faith. It's the faith that gives thanks before seeing. It's the faith that celebrates before victory manifests. It's the faith that praises while still struggling. And this faith pleases me deeply. This faith accelerates the manifestation of the blessing. This faith removes the obstacles that were still in the way. Don't wait to see to believe. The world has taught you that you must first see, then believe. That you must first have concrete evidence, then trust. That you must first touch, then accept as real. But I teach you the opposite. I teach you that you first believe, and then you will see. First you trust, and then you experience. First you give thanks, and then you receive. Because true faith does not depend on visible evidence. True faith creates evidence. True faith brings into existence what does not yet exist. True faith declares reality before reality manifests itself. Believe first, and then you will see. Believe that I am already working, and then you will see the results of my work. Believe that I have already set the solution in motion, and then you will see it coming. Believe that I have already decreed your victory, and then you will see the victory manifest. Because order is important. If you wait to see before believing, your faith is weak and the manifestation is slow. But if you believe first, before seeing any evidence, your faith is powerful and the manifestation is swift. The faith that sees first is not true faith. It is simply recognizing the obvious. But the faith that believes before seeing is the faith that moves mountains, that parts seas, that transforms the impossible into reality. Give thanks for the victory that has yet to come. Give thanks as if you've already won. Give thanks as if the battle were already won. Give thanks as if the problem were already solved. Because in the spiritual world, it's already solved. In the spiritual world, I've already decreed your victory. In the spiritual world, your financial liberation is already a fact. It only needs to manifest in the natural world. And your anticipated gratitude accelerates this manifestation. Your anticipated gratitude creates a bridge between the spiritual and the natural. Your anticipated gratitude draws into the visible world what is already a reality in the invisible world. Give thanks for the provision that is on the way. Give thanks for the money that hasn't arrived yet, but has already been released. Give thanks for the opportunity that hasn't presented itself yet, but is already prepared. Give thanks for the door that hasn't opened yet, but has already opened. Give thanks for the solution you don't see yet, but is already underway. Because when you give thanks in advance, you are declaring your complete trust in me. You are affirming that you don't need proof because my word is sufficient. You are demonstrating that you believe more in what I have said than in what your eyes see. Be grateful for the miracle I have already begun to work. Don't wait for the miracle to be completed. Be grateful while it is still in process. Be grateful while it is forming. Be grateful while it is being built in the spiritual world before materializing in the natural world. Because your gratitude during the process is the fuel that accelerates it. Your gratitude while you wait is the force that shortens the waiting time. Your gratitude before full manifestation is the power that intensifies the manifestation. Enjoy this video now as your act of gratitude in advance, thanking me for everything I will do even before you see it happen. Because when you enjoy with anticipatory gratitude, you prophesy your own victory. You declare that you already consider the blessing as received. You affirm that you trust me so much that you give thanks before you see. And this faith, expressed with anticipatory gratitude, moves me powerfully. It moves me deeply. It compels me to act with greater intensity, with greater speed, and with greater power for you. So enjoy now, not because you've already seen the answer, but because you believe the answer will come. Not because the miracle has already happened, but because you trust it will come. Not because the provision has already arrived, but because you are certain it will come. Before you go, I want you to do one last thing, one last declaration, one last act of faith that will seal everything we've done today. I want you to write the number 7,777 inches, the comments one last time. Yes, I asked you to write it before, but now I want you to write it again with an even deeper meaning, with an even more powerful intention, with an even more intense faith. Because this won't just be a mechanically written number, it will be a prophetic declaration about your life. It will be a decree that you yourself will pronounce about your financial future. It will be a seal that will seal everything we've done here in this sacred moment. Write 7,777 for the last time, but this time, write with absolute faith, not with wavering faith. Not with faith mixed with doubt, not with timid faith that still doubts whether it will really work, but with absolute, total, complete, and unwavering faith, faith that does not waver, faith that does not doubt, faith that does not question, faith that simply believes, faith that accepts as a fait accompli what I promised, faith that considers already accomplished what is still in the process of manifesting, faith that declares victory before the battle is over, faith that celebrates the harvest while still sowing the seed. Write it believing that your financial life will never be the same again, that this is a turning point, that this is a defining moment, that there is a before and after this moment, that the story of your financial life will be divided into two parts, before this prayer and after this prayer, before knowing this power and after experiencing it, before trusting me in this way and after seeing what happens when you trust me completely. Write 7,777 as if you were closing a chapter of scarcity and opening one of provision, as if you were ending an era of debt and beginning an era of payments, as if you were leaving the financial desert behind and entering the promised land of abundance. Write prophesying your own victory, because when you write 7,777, you're not just writing a number, you're prophesying, you're declaring, you're decreeing, you're announcing that the fullness of divine provision is upon your life. You're proclaiming that the perfection of God's care has reached you. You're affirming that the fullness of heavenly blessing has covered you. The number 7 is the number of divine perfection. 4 sevens together represent multiplied perfection, absolute fullness, total fulfillment in all areas. And when you write 7,777 over your financial situation, you're prophesying that God's perfect, complete, full, and abundant provision will be manifested in your life. Write 7,777 inches, the comments now with absolute faith, prophesying that your financial victory is assured and divine provision is on the way. Don't write like someone trying to convince themselves. Write like someone already convinced, not like someone hoping it will work. Write like someone confident it will work, not like someone timidly asking. Write like someone boldly declaring, because your declaration has power. Your words create realities. Your mouth prophesies your future. And when you declare 7,777 with absolute faith, you are creating a spiritual atmosphere where my power can operate without restriction, where my provision can flow without hindrance, where my blessing can manifest without obstacles. And when you write, I will see every number you write. I will see the faith behind every character. I will see the conviction that motivated this declaration. I will see the heart that believes, the soul that trusts, the spirit that has surrendered itself completely to me. And when I see, I will seal your blessing. I will place my divine seal upon your declaration. I will confirm with my heavenly authority what you have declared with your earthly mouth. I will establish in the spiritual world what you prophesied in the natural world. And what is sealed in heaven will be made manifest on earth. What is confirmed in the invisible world will come true in the visible world. So right now, don't hesitate. Don't put it off. Don't think you'll do it later. Do it now. Write 7,777 with all your faith, with all your conviction, with all your hope, with all your trust in me. And when you write, something powerful will be activated in the spiritual world. Something definitive will be established in your financial life. Something irreversible will be decreed for your future prosperity. And now, go and share this message. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't hide it as if it were a secret treasure that only you can possess. Don't keep it a secret as if there were a limited amount of blessings and sharing meant having less for yourself. On the contrary, Share widely, share generously, share without fear. Because in the spiritual realm, blessing works the opposite of natural logic. In the natural world, when you share something, you have less. But in the spiritual world, when you share blessings, they multiply. When you spread hope, they grow. When you spread faith, they intensify. Share on WhatsApp. Send this message to your contacts, to those you know who are going through financial difficulties, to those who have mentioned being in debt, to those who have lost their jobs, to those who are desperate and don't know how to pay their bills. Because you are not the only person in the world facing financial problems. There are millions of people right now suffering from debt, lack, scarcity, and fear of losing everything. And this message you received is not just for you. It's to be shared. It's to be spread. It's to reach as many people as possible who need to know that there is hope, that there is a solution, that there is a God who cares and provides. Share it on Facebook, post it on your profile, tag those friends you know need this message, add it to the groups you're part of, because someone on your friends list is currently in a desperate financial situation. Someone is thinking of giving up, someone is losing hope, someone is on the verge of emotional collapse due to debt. And by sharing this message, you can be the instrument I use to save that person from despair, to bring hope where there was only darkness, to offer a solution where there was only impossibility. Share on Instagram, post to stories, send direct messages to those in need. Use every platform available to you, because the technology you have in your hands is no coincidence. It's a tool that can be used to spread faith, multiply hope, and distribute blessings. And when you use your influence, no matter how small, to share something that can transform lives, you become a collaborator with God, a partner in heaven, an instrument of miracles. Send it to your family, to that unemployed cousin, to that debt-ridden aunt, to that brother struggling financially, to those parents worried about the bills, because the blessing you receive isn't just for you, it's for your home, it's for your family, it's for your lineage. And when you share it with your family, you're sharing the blessing with those who share your blood, your history, your roots. You're creating an atmosphere of faith throughout your family. Send it to your friends, to those co-workers you know are struggling, to those neighbors who mentioned financial problems, to those acquaintances who need hope. Because true friendship isn't just about being there for you in the good times, it's also about helping you through the tough times. And the best help you can offer someone in financial crisis isn't borrowed money they'll have to pay back. It's true hope, it's authentic faith. It's a connection with God that can solve what no human being can. Share this message now, because when you share hope, your own hope multiplies and your blessing accelerates. Because there is a powerful spiritual principle that few understand. When you give, you receive. When you bless, you are blessed. When you share, you multiply. This isn't human logic, it's spiritual law. By sharing this message of financial hope, you sow hope. And every seed you sow produces a harvest. Every seed of hope you sow in the lives of others will return to you multiplied. Every word of faith you spread will be returned to you with heavenly interest. Every testimony of provision you distribute will create an enabling environment for your own provision to manifest more quickly. And when you share God's promises with others, those promises are fulfilled first in your life, because God honors those who spread His word. God blesses those who become channels of His grace. God prospers those who don't selfishly hoard the blessing, but distribute it generously. So share now. Don't wait to see your own victory. Share with faith, and you'll see that by sharing, your own victory accelerates. Until tomorrow, my son, Until tomorrow, my daughter. This is not a final goodbye. This is not a final farewell. This is not a final closure. It's just a see you later. It's just a see you soon. It's just a see you tomorrow. Because our journey together doesn't end here. This was just the first day, just the first meeting, just the first stage of a transformation that will take 3 days to complete. And I'll be here tomorrow, waiting for you. I'll be here with more words of encouragement. I'll be here with more promises to strengthen your faith. I'll be here with more power to intensify the work I've already begun in your financial life. I love you. I need you to know this. I need you to understand this deeply. I need this to penetrate your heart and become established as an unshakable truth. I love you, not for what you do, not for what you have, not for how good or perfect you are. I love you simply because you are my son, my daughter. I love you because I created you. I love you because I have known you since before you were born. I love you because you are precious in my eyes. And this love does not change according to your circumstances. It does not diminish when you are in trouble. It does not withdraw when you make mistakes. It is unconditional, eternal, and unbreakable love. I care about you. I don't just watch from afar. I don't just passively observe. I don't just know what you're going through without doing anything. I actively care. I constantly intervene. I work tirelessly for you, even when you don't see it, even when you don't feel it, even when it seems like nothing is happening. I watch over you. I move pieces. I open doors. I prepare paths. I touch hearts. I arrange circumstances. I work behind the scenes in your life with the dedication of a father who never rests when it comes to the well-being of his children. I will provide for you. It's not a vague hope. It's not an uncertain possibility. It's not a conditional promise. It's an absolute guarantee. I will provide. Perhaps I won't. I won't attempt to provide. I won't go out of my way to provide, but I will provide, certainly, with a guarantee, with an irrevocable commitment. For I am your heavenly Father, and parents provide for their children. For I am God Almighty and have infinite resources. For I am faithful to my promises, and what I promise, I keep. So rest in this certainty. Anchor your soul in this truth. Firm your heart in this assurance. I will provide for you. Go in peace. You no longer go with a troubled heart. You no longer go with a tormented mind. You no longer go with a spirit oppressed by financial fear. Go in peace because now your situation is no longer in your limited hands. It's in my unlimited hands. Go in peace because you did what I asked. Go in peace because you trusted me. Go in peace because I now take responsibility for your provision. Go in peace because from now on, you are no longer alone in this financial battle. I am with you. I fight for you. I work on your behalf. And come back tomorrow because I have more to tell you. I have more words of life to share with you. I have more promises to declare over you. I have more encouragement to strengthen your faith as you wait for the full manifestation. I have more revelations on how to live in constant provision. I have more instructions on how to prosper in a way that glorifies my name. So don't miss tomorrow. Don't forget to come back. Don't let the hustle and bustle of the day cause you to miss this sacred appointment we have planned. Because every day you return, our connection deepens. Every day you seek my face, your faith grows stronger. Every day you hear my voice, your hope is renewed. Every day you pray the prayer I taught you, your spiritual power intensifies. Every day you persevere, manifestation draws closer. And on the third day, as you complete the cycle, you will see that every moment invested was worth it, that every prayer offered had its effect, that every word you heard had transformative power. So go now. Go in peace, go with faith, go with hope, go with the certainty that I love you, that I care for you, that I will provide for you, and come back tomorrow. Come back at the same time if possible. Come back with the same open heart. Come back with the same faith, or even greater faith, because I will be here, waiting for you, ready to continue this journey of financial transformation with you. Until tomorrow, my beloved son, until tomorrow, my precious daughter, I bless you, I keep you, I prosper you in my mighty name. Don't forget, this isn't just any message. It's not just another video among millions on the internet. It's not just another prayer among so many you've heard throughout your life. It's not just another religious message you've seen and will forget tomorrow. This is a specific, targeted, and prophetic word that I have brought to you at this very moment in your life. It is a divine intervention. It is a scheduled encounter. It is a kairos moment, an opportune time where heaven touches earth, where the supernatural invades the natural, where my power manifests itself in your concrete reality. This is a word from God for your life, not for someone else's life, not for a common group, but for you, specifically for you, with your name that you spoke aloud, with your specific financial situation that you revealed to me, with your particular debts, with your unique needs. Every word you heard was carefully chosen to touch your heart. Every promise I spoke was specifically tailored to your situation. Every instruction I gave you was designed to guide you from scarcity to abundance, from debt to liquidation, from despair to renewed hope. If it touched your heart, if you felt something move within you as you listened, if you experienced an indescribable peace, if you felt hope reborn where there had only been despair, if you felt my presence tangibly, it was no accident. It was my spirit touching your spirit. It was my word penetrating the layers of pain, fear, and anxiety that covered your heart. It was my love reaching the depths of your need. And when you feel this, when you experience this divine touch, you know it's not imagination. You know it's real. You know something genuine happened in that moment. If you believe your life will change, if something inside you, despite all the evidence, despite all the visible difficulties, despite all the unresolved issues, tells you that this time it will be different, that this time something will really change, that this time it's not just another failed attempt, but the beginning of a true transformation. This conviction doesn't come from you, it comes from me. It is my spirit bearing witness to your spirit that what I have promised will be fulfilled, that what I have declared will be manifested, that what I have begun I will complete. Like this video and subscribe to this channel now, because I'll speak to you every day with words that will transform your life. Because this word today is powerful, but it's just the beginning. It's just the first of many words I have for you. It's just the gateway to a journey of ongoing transformation. In the coming days, weeks, and months, I will continue to teach you prosperity principles. I will continue to reveal secrets of provision. I will continue to guide you on paths of abundance. I will continue to encourage you when doubt creeps in. I will continue to strengthen you when fear tries to paralyze you. I will continue to remind you of my promises when circumstances try to make you forget. This word has power. It's not empty words. It's not a motivational speech without substance. It's not a religious promise that sounds beautiful but isn't fulfilled. It's a living, active, and powerful word. It carries within it the same power that created the universe. It has authority over every circumstance. It transforms realities, opens doors, moves mountains, makes the impossible a reality. And this word was planted today in your heart. It was sown in your spirit. and every seed planted will germinate, grow, and bear fruit in its own time. Leave your testimony in the comments. Don't keep what you're feeling right now to yourself. Don't keep silent about what's happening in your heart. Don't hide the faith that was born or reborn in you when you heard this word. Leave your testimony. Write it in the comments. Share it with those who are also watching, searching, needing a word of hope, a promise of provision, a sign that God still cares about the financial hardships of His children. Tell me your story. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be eloquent. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just tell it in your own words, in your own voice, with your own sincerity. Tell me about your financial situation. Tell me how long you've been struggling. Tell me what brought you here. Tell me what you hope I'll do. Because when you tell your story, when you put it into words, when you share it publicly, something powerful happens. The story loses some of its power to oppress you. The problem loses some of its ability to paralyze you. And the solution begins to take shape more clearly. Tell me what you feel right now. Do you feel hope? Say it. Do you feel an inexplicable peace? Declare it. Do you feel something shifting inside, even though nothing has changed externally? Bear witness to it. Do you feel faith reborn where there was only disbelief? Share it. Do you feel my presence tangibly? Announce it, because your feelings now are not accidental. They are your spirit's response to my spirit. They are evidence that something real has happened here. They are signs that your life is about to change. Share your faith with those watching, because you are not alone. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of people watching this same message. People in similar situations as yours. People with similar debt. People with similar fears. People with similar fears, needs. And when you share your faith in the comments, when you declare your belief, when you affirm your trust, when you announce your hope in me, you strengthen the faith of others. You encourage those who doubt. You inspire those who are about to give up. You become God's instrument to strengthen the faith of an entire community. Because when you share your faith, it grows stronger. It doesn't weaken. It doesn't diminish. It doesn't dilute. On the contrary, it multiplies. It's like a flame. When you use one lit candle to light another, the first doesn't lose its light. Both shine brightly. The same thing happens with faith. When you share your faith to ignite the faith of others, your own faith doesn't diminish. It grows. It intensifies. It becomes stronger, more solid, more unshakable. Because by publicly declaring what you believe, by openly testifying to whom you trust, by clearly announcing what you hope for, you are strengthening your own conviction, consolidating your own certainty, establishing your own faith on a deeper foundation. When you declare your hope, it multiplies. When you write in the comments that you wait on me, that you trust in my promises, that you believe your financial situation will change, that declaration isn't just information, it's creation, it's prophecy, it's decree. Your words have power. Your mouth creates realities. Your declaration establishes spiritual atmospheres. And when you declare your hope publicly, when you announce it for others to see, when you proclaim it without shame, that hope multiplies. It grows. It expands. It strengthens within you and spreads to those around you. Leave your testimony in the comments now, telling your story, declaring your faith, sharing what you're feeling right now. Because when you witness my love, it pours out upon you even more. When you declare my promises, they are fulfilled more quickly. When you share your experience of my presence intensifies even more in your life. So don't hesitate. Don't be ashamed. Don't worry about what others think. Write your testimony now. Declare your faith. Share your hope. Announce your trust in me. and you will see that as you do so, something powerful will be activated in your favor. Something definitive will be established in your life. Something transformative will begin to manifest in your financial reality. And always remember, you are not alone on this journey. There is a community of faith here. There are brothers and sisters going through the same difficulties, and together, supporting each other, encouraging each other, strengthening our faith, we will all experience God's faithfulness, divine provision, and the transforming power of the God who never fails. But before you go, remember what I taught you. Remember the powerful prayer. 5 Our Fathers, 1 Hail Mary, and 1 Glory Be. Remember to pray it 3 days in a row, without missing a single day. Remember that I am already working for you, touching people, opening doors, preparing opportunities. Remember that your faith has saved you, that your trust has pleased me, that my provision is on the way. Remember to walk in faith, not in fear. Believe before you see. Give thanks before you receive. Remember, I heard your cry. I heard every plea you made. I heard every tear you shed. I heard every prayer whispered in the wee hours of the morning, when you thought no one was listening. I heard it all. And today, I decided to respond. I decided to intervene. I decided to manifest my power in your financial situation, because you are not just another number to me. You are not just one person among billions. You are my son. You are my daughter. You are precious in my eyes, and I care for mine. And remember, it is no coincidence that you are here at this moment. It is no coincidence that your eyes are fixed on these words. It is no luck that you found this message. It was I who brought you. It was I who guided you. It was I who placed in your heart the desire to seek, to cry out, to find a solution, because I heard your cry, because I saw your tears, because I know your afflictions, and I came to answer. I came to free. I came to provide. I came to transform your story of lack into a testimony of abundance. For I am the Lord, your God, and I never fail. My promises do not fall to the ground. My word does not return empty, and what I promised over your life will be fulfilled.